Good evening, everyone. You're on my art channel. My name's Kat. So happy to have you all here with me this evening. Hello. It's been a while. I'm happy to have you all here. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday. We're not doing tacos. We are doing Inktober tonight, and so I'm happy to have you all here with me. Yeah. I hope you're ready for some inkness. So how are you guys doing this evening? Hope you're doing well. Let me move some things around so I can see the chat. Currently, my OBS is moving around. Thank you. I know you can only see like part of my shirt, but I'm wearing. I found this shirt at Target. I have to say I'm more attracted to the men's side of Target currently right now. They had some fun t-shirts because that's where I got the bone t-shirt, and this is a really creepy pumpkin. Because I wanted to be a pumpkin, so I'm a pumpkin. So yeah. I'm not going to be drawing a pumpkin tonight. I'm just embodying the great pumpkin, feeling the October vibes. I love Halloween. I think it's so cute. I have a list of favorite movies. So yeah, let's go ahead and go move over really quick. The switches on out so that way you guys can see the art that we're going to be doing. I'm a little behind on Inktober. I'm a day behind on Inktober, but I'm eating one of Ginger's pumpkin muffins. So tasty. I know they smell really great. They smell really, really good. Yeah, I have to admire them from afar because they would make my tummy really rumbly, and not the good kind. Not because it has honey in it, but I bet they are really good. So, like I said, I'm a day behind on Inktober. Yesterday I just needed a day, so I took a day. Inktober is intense. There are a lot of days in October, and it's kind of hard to draw every single day when you're not in your sketchbook, when you're trying to create something that when you look back on your Instagram feed you don't go, ooh. I always do that anyways, so I'm like, well, not to put entirely too much pressure on myself, but we're just gonna keep going, and if I catch up, great. If I don't, that's cool too. I'll just keep working. I think that's more important than anything else. So yeah, so what I'm gonna be doing tonight is, I believe the prompt was a Thorn zombie. I couldn't draw a zombie to save my life. I just don't think zombies interest me at all, like a traditional sense of zombies. Don't get me wrong, I'm a huge fan of zombie movies, especially spoofy zombie movies. Like, I'm a big fan of Zombieland. It's an excellent movie. I love all the references to Twinkies, and I love all the rules. But the idea of sitting down and drawing a zombie I didn't want to do it. So I didn't. Instead, I decided to make a plant zombie instead, and what would that look like? And I thought of Mario, of course. Why wouldn't I think of Mario when I think of plant zombies? And I thought about the piranha plant, and then I went to the Rocky Horror Picture Show, which I've never seen, but I've seen all the references to the plant in that show, and I loved the design of it all. And I was like, well, how would I make it into a zombie? And I was like, well, if a plant was a zombie, it wouldn't really necessarily need dirt. Although that's not really a good definition of a plant, because air plants don't need dirt either. That's why they're called air plants. But I guess in a way they are a zombie. Just like humans are zombies because we're technically dead, but we're still animated enough to be alive. Zombie is really interesting. It's interesting where the media has taken it from the scientific term. Anyways, I want to draw a plant today, so I'm drawing a plant. So, yes. Zombie piranha plant. Yes. That is what I'm creating. I just got thorns because that was the other prompt. I love Rocky Horror. Tim Curry. I love Tim Curry. I just don't think I've ever seen the movie. So, but I'm all for Tim Curry and all of his finest. So I love Clue. So I have no doubt I would love. And I don't care if you cross-dress. Wear the fashion that makes you happy. I think that's where most people's hang-ups are. It's because they don't want to see Tim Curry cross-dress, but I'm like, hey, if he can rock heels better than me, go for it. I don't do heels well. So, yes, Tim Curry is awesome. What an amazing man. What an amazing career. He is just really... His movies are really great. I should probably sit down and try to watch. I guess because I just never see it. I'll have to see if it's on Amazon and I can rent it or something. That'll probably be my Halloween, is that I'll go ahead and do that. So, if I sound a little under the weather, I apologize. I'm going to try to talk as much as I can. I don't know what I have. It might just simply be allergies, but I think my body's trying to get a cold. So if I sound a little raspy or I start making weird noises, I really apologize. I was gonna try to muscle out the next couple days and get my streams done, and then I'll be quiet for the next couple days. So I'll be drinking lots of water, so just to let you guys know what I'm up to. And man, if you haven't seen it, we need to watch it together. I have a copy. I will have to watch it with you, Ginger. That sounds great. Sounds like a lot of fun. Yeah, I went through a lot of the images today when I was going through it, and I thought that I had seen it, but I think it was one of those weird, like, you think you've seen something only because you've seen it in, like, the media so much. So I think I have, like, a media recognition, just like, what was it that Mathesis and I were watching the other day? The Fifth Element? He had never seen The Fifth Element, but he knew what it was about because there's so much media coverage on it. It's kind of like one of those social, like, people just know. Just like I've never seen The Godfather, but boy howdy do I know all the quotes from The Godfather only because they've been in the social media forever. So... It's kind of hard to believe that we're like in the middle of October. I'm just having a really hard time with that. I'm like, oh man, we are looking really close at Halloween. I think it's because I'm feeling pressure because I don't have my costume done yet. I really need to start working on it soon. I haven't had time to work on it lately. I don't know what everyone else plans to be for Halloween, but I hope it's going well. I hope you're enjoying either making your costume or have already found your costume. That's what I've really liked about doing October on Twitch, is that I have an excuse to kind of like dress up every time I'm on stream. Even if I don't do it, I can still add something slightly spoopy, and it's made me very happy. I have Muppet Treasure Island stuck in my head now. I think we have a copy of that movie. That was a great movie. It's one of my favorite. It's either that pirate movie or the pirate movie that was made by VeggieTales, which, despite the Christian like context, is a really great movie. It's very funny. I don't even have a costume. When you're a professional pirate, you don't have to wear a suit. Well, if nothing else, Ginger, I know that you have a suit you have a really nice costume from last year, so if nothing else, you can always feel free to use that costume too as well. And you have all those cosplays, because I know you do cosplay for like Gen Con and everything, so I know you have a couple options already in your closet. Although I know that like cosplay is kind of like Halloween. I don't know how cosplayers actually feel about that, but that's how I feel about it. I'm like, it's a nice way to have Halloween all year round and you never have to stop dressing up. Hello, Lady Boa. My bubbles to you too. Hope you're having a bubble-licious day. I thought about that and I was like, oh man, that could come out really wrong. And then I'm like, no, it's bubblegum. We'll just stick with bubblegum. Oh my gosh, Muppet Treasure Island is going to be on Disney Plus. I still haven't decided how I feel about that. Can't wait until November. Oh no, my own nemesis. I know. I don't know who's your old nemesis. Is it the pirates? Is it the Muppets? Cat has a sadistic choice ahead of her. Disney Plus or Hallmark? Oh man, why would you have to make me... I don't know why I have to choose. Although if I'm gonna be really honest with myself, I will probably go with Hallmark. Be completely honest with myself. Only because I think I would watch more of the shows because I already consume a lot of their products anyways. So like I love The Good Witch. It's on Hallmark. I think When Calls the Heart is also on Hallmark. I love all their Christmas music. And they also have like Murders and Mysteries, which is also included in their streaming service. So I can see myself using Hallmark a lot more than Disney. Sorry, Disney. You're great. I've consumed a lot of your products over the years, but Muppet Pirate Island gives me reoccurring nightmares as a kid. What kind of nightmares? Was it the puppetry? Was it the music? I would have nightmares about the spot. Oh, bless your heart. Oh my gosh. Well, that's like the whole like foundation of the book too. Like the spot occurred in the book as well. Wow. Yeah, I guess it can be really creepy. Yeah, they came back when reading about smallpox in college. And Disney. How does smallpox and Disney come together? It's very interesting conversations we're having. I would not want to get smallpox. I would not want to get measles. I already had chickenpox, that was awful. I'm not looking forward to shingles when I'm older. So I'd like to leave those little diseases where they belong. Extinct. We still haven't made them extinct, but I would like them to be. Like them to be something that never people just read about, but they have no idea what it means. Maybe. Oh, Disney is my vote, not Nightmare. Yes, Levo, I can see that you using Disney a lot more. Same with Ginger. I think you ladies will get a lot more use out of it than I would. If Mathicist is going to make me choose. If I can't have both, and I only get to choose one, which is hard. Hi, Cecilia. Also, keep in mind, Lady Boa, that with Disney only has ESPN Plus, which means that you won't have ESPN regularly, so you'll get all of the side games. However, for your Boa's needs, that might be all he needs, because he might get plenty of soccer and other sports that he wants, but it won't be prime time. So if you're looking for actual like prime time sports, you will not get those with ESPN Plus, because that's all you get with the Disney package. So just letting you know, so you don't get your heart set on having like all of the ESPN, because you won't. You'll only get what doesn't show on prime airtime. So yay, side games. Yeah, that's exactly what you're gonna get, is side games. So, but luckily for like US users, if you're really into soccer, or as Europeans and other parts of the world call it football, you might actually get everything that you want, because it's not as popular over here. So with NFL and college football happening, you might actually get more soccer. So, depending. It's Wooden Boa who wants it. He knows what he's getting into. Good. Good. I just don't want him to be disappointed. Disney has Treasure Planet. Treasure Planet is really good. I thought for the long time, Treasure Planet was also on Netflix. I don't know if it's still there or not. I want that and Atlantis to be remade as live action movies. They both would be epic. Atlantis would be funny. I would see a live action of Atlantis, but Treasure Planet would be difficult. I only see that because they did John Carter, which is an excellent sci-fi book series. It's a very, very good book series. I actually really liked it. And I felt like they struggled a little bit with the CGI, just because I don't think they had enough money. And since Treasure Planet and Atlantis weren't as popular because of whatever the reasons were, I'd be afraid that they wouldn't get the money that they would need to look really good, like look really awesome. But that's just me. Hello, Script. How are you? Hope you're having a great evening. Hello, hello. We are talking about movies from Disney that we would like to see as live action movies. Ginger and Lady Boa were definitely all for Atlantis and Treasure Planet being made into live action movies. And I'm doing Inktober. So my prompt for today was Thorn zombie? I didn't want to draw a zombie, so I'm drawing a plant instead. I'm trying to draw a dead plant. We'll see how well that goes. Hello, Lumos. Good evening to you as well. We are talking about Disney Plus and what movies we would like to see live action that were made by Disney. I think I was firmly outvoted that Mathersis was making me choose. He was like, if you could only have Hallmark or Disney Plus, which one would you choose? And I was firmly outvoted because everyone is very like pro Disney Plus. Which is not that I'm not pro Disney Plus, but if I had to choose, I would choose Hallmark. Because, I don't know, holidays are just not the holidays without Hallmark. So, but I understand why Disney Plus has a lot more bonuses. I mean, once you put Hulu and ESPN Plus in the mix, it's a really hard bargain to just say no to. I know I do have very strong. I grew up watching the movies on Hallmark Channel. Hallmark's come a really long way since the time that I started watching Hallmark. So they can see me coming from a mile away. Probably Mulan or Tangled to be remade into a live action movie. I think they're doing Mulan though. Mulan will be epic in my opinion. I love the story of Mulan. I agree with that one. And Tangled is my favorite. To be honest, I was more in love with Tangled than I was with Frozen. Yeah, Frozen. I think that's the name of that movie that sings about ice and Ice Queen and I've seen it. I do like it, but it's not like Tangled. Tangled is cute. I really like Tangled. Plus, I'm a huge fan of Mandy Moore and always has been, so, you know, I like it for that aspect too. Princess and the Frog would be dope. I think Princess and the Frog would be fun. That would be fun. What I would be really excited is if Disney decided to make a live action movie that was brand new. Like, it was never intended to be animated at all. It was just a live action movie from the very start. One that had like both male and female protagonists involved. So like both male and female heroes, I guess is what I'm trying to go for. So that way it's not just a princess movie and it's not just like a adventurer guy movie. It's like for everyone. I would really like to see that. I would like to see a Disney movie that was like an all-inclusive, I don't know, maybe like a group adventure and there's like lots of different people from lots of different backgrounds. So I think that that would be an excellent challenge. And I really think Disney could do it and they could pull it off well. I'm just waiting for them to be brave enough to do that. So... I think they're making so many of the classics into live action. Saw the trailer for Lady and the Tramp, so cute. Oh, that one's gonna be cute, Lumos. Hallmark seems to be too lovey-dovey for me. Maybe it's just because I'm watching super cheesy romances with my in-laws and it got awkward. Yeah, I could see that. I don't watch Hallmark for... Yes, the romances are super cheesy, but I don't watch it for that. I watch it because if you watch Hallmark, you know that the good guys always win and the bad guys might redeem themselves. And I go into that knowing that it's supposed to be kind of unrealistically happy, but I don't care because there's so much things in life that aren't happy. It's just kind of nice to know that you can go to a place that have happy endings. Maybe it's just because I'm silly, but like I don't like live action dramas, so I don't really get into reality TV because I think the real world has enough drama to suit me for a lifetime. So I guess because for me, I'd rather just watch. If I feel like watching Hallmark, it's because I want to know that there will be a happy ending. I don't care how we get there. I just want to know at the end of the movie, I don't have to be disappointed. Because like Nicholas Sparks movies drive me nuts. Because I know when I sit down on a Nicholas Sparks movie, speaking of romances, sorry if this is too much for the gentlemen or people who don't like romances in my chat, but it drives me crazy. Because I know at the end of the movie, the one person that I really like and I think they're an awesome person is gonna die. It's not why I watch romances. I don't watch them so the main protagonist can just die. The main love interest can just die. Oh, we're dead. End of movie. Have fun. End of book. Have fun. Nicholas Sparks drives me nuts. Anyways, rant over. So sorry. Got on a tirade. How about wondering if the dude is gonna die, but then he doesn't? I don't know how I feel about those movies. If I watch an action movie, I expect someone to die. If I watch a romance movie, I don't expect anyone to die. I'm very silly that way. If I watch a horror movie, I expect everyone to be stupid and do stupid things. Because it's a horror movie, you know? That's what it's meant to do. I don't know. I think I'm just really silly. I mean, that's kind of Tangled. Tangled was a Disney movie. And they they like to kill parents. They don't usually kill the young people. No offense, Disney, but you're really awful to parents. Like one or both of the parents die, so I just know without a doubt that one of the parents are probably, if they make it through the whole movie, they're doing really great. But usually the younger people don't die in their movies. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Disney is always killing a parent. And it's not fair. Particularly moms. I know, Bambi. Oof. Bambi was the worst. You know how Disney gets me? The animated shorts. I know. I love the animated shorts. They're so cute. Don't worry, Mathersus. I'm the one who did it. Yes, and it is new. I'm glad she did. I know. Moo Meow is so cute. And it's more on brand for me. Plus, my kitty boss is basically a cat cow. Seven looks like a cow. He's got spots just like a cow does. He's so cute. So stinking cute. Moo meow, moo meow. In case you didn't know, there is a command that you can put into the chat. It is command moo, and you can make the chat go moo meow as many times as you want. It has like a 5-second cooldown, so just in case you try it and it doesn't pop up, just keep trying, it'll pop up. But yeah. And I also figured out how to make my chat just moo in general because I think it's funny. So I have very weird, quirky sense of humor. And I really like cows. It took all of my willpower when we were visiting my in-laws and we were driving up to the mountains. And there is a lot of cows between the desert and the mountains. And it took all my willpower not to moo at every single one of them. Because I don't think my father-in-law would understand. But I really wanted to say, moo, look, there's a moo. My niece would understand. She would get me. She calls them moos too. So hear me out. Remake Robin Hood. Celis, Mathersus, why would you need to remake Robin Hood? The music was really good in Robin Hood. Make it like 35% more actiony and let Maid Marian actually do something. Because the original is so adorable, and it's also like 80% recycled anim. It is. Oh my gosh, you can see so many like familiar characters. But the music was really good in Robin Hood though. And I feel like it's been a while since we've had like a Robin Hood remake. Poor Robin Hood, he gets remade a lot. So my sweetie is calling to the big O's in the Zelda game. Breath of the Wild? He just started today. Ah, your whole household will disappear into Breath of the Wild. They tried a Robin Hood movie in like 2018 and it bombed. Maybe we're just not ready yet. I don't know, it's been a while since I've been to the movies. I think the last one I went to was the last Avengers movie. It's been a while. I don't normally go to the movies. I don't know, they made a live action Hercules with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. I don't think it was based off the Disney version, but it sounds interesting. Hercules as a mythology is very fascinating. His character is very flawed. Although I guess the Disney version, he was also flawed. He was kind of like he's actually really dumb. I really loved the girl in the Disney one though, I forgot her name. She was really sassy. I really liked her. Pokeball! You caught him a reap! Hello, Breezy! Oh, her name was Meg. Yes, you would remember that, Mathersist. Yep. I can never remember her name. I just know she's really sassy. Yep. Hercules was... I did like it. I like the start of that movie because I loved that they started with the pots. Live action Anastasia. I can see it. I really liked Anastasia. It was a non-Disney movie that I actually really adored. Because it took me a long time to figure out it wasn't Disney that made that movie. Because it wasn't. It wasn't a Disney movie. Anastasia isn't a Disney movie, but it feels like a Disney movie. So that's why I say technically it's not a Disney movie, but it is not a Disney movie. But Disney owns Fox now, but when it was released though, Fox was not owned by Disney when Anastasia was released. So I know that Disney probably owns it now. It does own it because of Fox, but when it was released though, it was not a Disney movie. It just felt like a Disney movie. Hey, it counts now. Anastasia is a Disney is that really a Disney princess? I think she's missing from a lot of merch. Take that, Putin. Oh my gosh, the story about Anastasia in general is just so messed up. I mean, I understand. I understand why they revolted. I understand what would have led them to the decisions that they made to revitalize their country. I get it, but like, I felt so bad. I can't help but feeling super conflicted because to me, I'm like, they're still humans and you didn't treat them well. Like, I have a hard time with the story about like that whole family. Like, I understand why it got that far. It happened in France too. Totally understand how it got that far too, but I'm like, they're still humans. The Romanovs were kind of crappy. I know, but those were children. I don't know. I don't think that was cool. So... No, I understand the Romanovs were assholes, to say the very least, because they were not good for their country. And I completely understand how everyone got to the place they were, but I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I just don't like kids having to pay for their parents' actions because they're not adults themselves. So that always bothered me super bad. So, because they were indiscriminate about who they killed. Real life Rasputin was actually pretty close to immortal. He got away with a lot. He was also not a good person. Bonus points if you can name the musical. I don't know that musical. I'm not very good with musicals. Maybe someone is really good with musicals and can solve Lady Boa's little challenge there. I didn't grow up with musicals as a kid, so it wasn't until I got into college did I really get into musicals. I'm the one who likes really corny musicals like The State Fair and Sound of Music. Oh, Fiddler on the Roof. I have never seen Fiddler on the Roof, so... Good job, Ginger. Great question, Lady Boa. I did not know that one, but it doesn't surprise me because I've never seen Fiddler on the Roof, so... I think there's a version on it on Prime, I think. I think I've seen it. So I don't have an excuse for not seeing it. Gasp. Neither the Habsburgs nor the Romanovs treated Jews very well. No, they didn't. No, they didn't. But also the Romanovs were not treating anyone very fairly. So, because serfs were still a thing when it was practically like not heard of anywhere else in the world there. So yeah, they were having a lot of social issues. Rocky Horror and then Fiddler. Let's separate those two. I'm not watching Fiddler on the Roof either after or before Rocky Horror Show. Oh no, no. Mm-mm. Those two will be two separate events. Yeah, no, Fiddler's on a night of its own. No, we're gonna. Those are two different chickens, and they don't belong together. No, I can't see myself being able to handle that. It would be too much. What's a Halloween movie that Kat has seen that you two haven't? I don't know. I like Halloween movies. Besides the super duper scary. The super spoopy ones I don't do very well. But I do like silly, goofy Halloween movies. As per se, as earlier, I really love Zombieland. I don't own Zombieland, and I don't know why. I really like goofy movies. So, Frankenweenie is like super cute, super adorable, but if you've never seen it before, you should watch it on its own, because it made me cry. It still kind of gets me in the heartstrings. It's a really great movie, but I also am a huge fan of Nightmare Before Christmas, so I really love Frankenweenie for obvious reasons. So I haven't seen Zombieland or Frankenweenie. I haven't seen either. Oh man. Okay, Zombieland, as long as you realize it will never be serious from start to finish and you don't mind a little gore, you will really... I don't know, I find it hilarious. It's just, yes, rule 1, cardio. So good. Makes you want to eat Twinkies. You know how our scary scale goes from the spook level of Zach Baggins on Ghost Adventure? He has a new show. Really? Does he really? Okay. He drives me nuts. I love the lore that they can dig up for Ghost Adventures. And I think that's why I keep watching the shows, because I love the stories. Because sometimes they actually find some local folklore that's really fascinating to me. But I don't know if I could watch another show done by him. The first episode terrified me because they showed Robbie, the doll that inspired Chucky. No! No! Nope, nope, nope. No. I can still hear, oh my gosh. So like, oh, hold on. I don't know if they were doing like a remake, they were bringing it to like a new VHS or what it was, but like I can remember being young and I can remember them showing a trailer for Chucky, and that was too much for me. I was just like, nope, 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 talking dolls, no, 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 no. Because at that point, when I was younger, I did not mind clowns as like I mind them now. And I still don't mind clowns if they're done happy, but the moment you make them scary, I'm like, nope. And I'm peacing out, peeps. I'm not the person to bring with you into a haunted house. But I've never liked talking dolls. Furby was a really great demonstration of that. I thought Furby would be cute, but oh my gosh, when it started talking and never shut up, I was like, no, it was really pretty when it had no batteries in it. I did not want it to talk anymore. I felt really bad about that purchase for my folks, but you know, sometimes you just gotta learn the hard way. So you aren't supposed to film the doll. So much no. Yep, no. And of course, my husband cursed at the doll, which freaked me out, right? Because people have insulted him, they have bad luck. I think your hubby's okay. I think he'll be okay. Yeah, I think he'll be just fine. Because I don't believe in the whole like through the TV thing. I think he'll be okay. Because isn't Chucky... Okay, so I'll have to let me know. Isn't Chucky... wasn't it written by the same guy who wrote like Pet Sematary and It? Stephen King? Isn't that the same guy who wrote all those horror and like The Towers? Is that what it's called? The Towers or something like that? Yeah, there's something... I don't like his books. My brother tried to really get me into them because he was really into them in high school, and he would let me, like, he'd be like, read this passage, it's really cool, you'll really like the writing, it's very like detailed and involved. And man, I would try, but I could not do it. I was just like, this is so demented and deranged. I just, my imagination is way too active for this kind of stuff. I've never seen Chucky. I've never seen Chucky. I don't want to see Chucky. Chucky would freak me out. I kind of want to watch It with Tim Curry, but I also hate clowns. Okay, so Chucky, is Chucky not Stephen King? Because I'm pretty sure It is Stephen King, right? And I hope that you're talking about the one in Brave Little Toaster is a clown, Ginger. I'm hoping I'm reading that great. I couldn't remember if Chucky was one of Stephen King's creations, because I'm pretty sure I get him confused with a lot of horror, so I'm pretty sure he did It. I don't think I could watch It because it involves children. I don't think I could do it. So I know Tim Curry's in it, and I like Tim Curry a lot, but I can't. I have a hard time with horror movies with kids in them, just because I don't like that. I don't like the way it makes me feel. It's just wrong. Chucky isn't a Stephen King. Thank you, Lady Boa. But he is a prolific writer. Yes, he writes a ton. He writes a lot. Yes, okay. Alright. I couldn't remember if he was Stephen King creation, because Chucky reminds me a lot of Stephen King's writing, so it's probably where I get confused. I think the only thing, I'm pretty sure, oh man, what is that movie called? I think, I may be wrong. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it. I'm totally getting distracted. I'm gonna Google it though. I'm pretty sure that Stephen King wrote The Green Mile. Pretty sure he did. Hold on, I'm looking it up. Yes. Okay. Yes, he did. Okay. So, the only movie, I have not read the book. But the only movie that Stephen King wrote the book for and it got turned into a screenplay was The Green Mile. It is an excellent movie. If you have not seen it, I highly recommend it. It is a tearjerker. It is extremely emotional, but it is so stinking good. It's such a good movie. It's such a sad story. It's sad from the very beginning and it's sad to the very stinking end, but it is really good. I'm really glad I watched that. But I think that's the only thing by Stephen King that I've been like, it's good stuff. It was really, really good stuff. It was very poignant and it was very, I think it's something that I think that high schoolers should watch. Kind of like you have to read Mice and Men and you have to read To Not Kill a Mockingbird. I think it should just be among those books because it really makes you think about life and how you interact with life. So it's a very good book. The movie's really good. I haven't read the book yet. How do people feel about alien movies? Are they paranormal or their own thing? I consider alien movies to be sci-fi. A lot of times it's corny, unless it's actually aliens. I laugh because it makes me giggle, because to me, aliens is sci-fi horror that makes me giggle. I kind of lose it every time it pops out of things because it's just so ridiculous. I can't handle it. I'm not very mature when it comes to those movies. Oh my god, Tom Holland is Chucky. Who's Tom Holland? I guess I'm just not pulling up a face to the name. So was Chucky his creation? Or who actually came up with the idea for this talking? He plays Spider-Man. Which Spider-Man? There's been lots of Spider-Mans. Which one? I'm assuming it's not like the newest ones because I think that gentleman is way too young to have been. I think he was probably a wee babe when Chucky came out. Plays Spider-Man. The most recent Spider-Man? So he played Chucky as a... Wait, I'm confused. Hold on. But he has the same name as the director of Chucky. I was like, this doesn't make any sense because the current Spider-Man is way too young. He's got to be younger than me. He's way too young to have been old enough to play a role in Chucky. The Avengers one. It's not the same person, right? This gentleman is so young. This is a different Tom Holland. Thank you, Ladybug, because I'm getting super confused. I'm like, I understand Tom Holland and the recent Spider-Man, but I don't think that's the two same things, because he would have been a wee babe, very small child, when Chucky came out. I don't think he was around for that. A much older Tom Holland. Yeah, because when was Chucky released? Like, when was the original movie released? I feel like there has been some time. I'm probably gonna date myself really bad. Tom Holland Spidey wasn't even in utero. Just barely a thought. Oh, he has a twinkle in his mama's eye. 1989. Okay, that makes sense. That probably is why I can only remember the trailers of it. 1988? Question mark? Haha, dang it. 1999, 1988. Which one? Oh, it was 88. Oh my gosh. That was the year I was born. Yeah. old. Yeah, yep, I was born that year. I'm very old. So I was probably remembering the trailers that I was remembering was probably not because when I was born I would not remember. I was way too interested in other things. But I was probably old enough to remember that when they brought it to VHS, and then they brought the deluxe version into VHS, and then they brought it into, oh gosh, it was the competitor for DVDs. I forgot what it was called. It was like HD something. Because I think it came to all of those. Like, it got ported to all of those. Because, believe it or not, DVDs was not the only thing on the market. There was, like, another, like, competitor. And it was very hard to choose, like, which way you would go. Do you get a DVD player or do you get this HD? I don't remember what it was called. Not to date myself really bad, but I am older, but I don't know if you can hear it. Seven's super snoring back there. He is sleeping on the job. Trying to think of other horror movies that I like. But I'm like a really weird kid when it comes to horror movies. I watched The Shining. The Shining was interesting. It was very fascinating. Social experiment. It felt like such a natural part for the main character. I'm not really sure what he is. Very deranged. That was interesting. I have seen that one. I love Silence of the Lambs, even though that movie is totally messed up. I'm trying to think if there was another horror movie that I really liked. That was actually like, people would consider it to be horror. I guess The Shining is a horror movie. Yeah, and I like Silence of the Lambs. I didn't watch any of the other ones. I only watched the first one. But I think I like the mystery of it. I thought that the relationship between the killer and the detective was really fascinating. So, those actors and actresses did their parts beautifully. It was really good. So, I watched Insidious and deeply regret it. I have not seen that one, but I have watched Saw 1 and 2 and regretted both of them. Not really sure why I went to Saw 2. Don't like Saw. It was way too gory and awful. It was an awful, awful movie. Yeah, I'd highly recommend not to watch Saw unless you like that kind of stuff. I did not. I did not at all. I did watch Carrie. I didn't really like it. I didn't like it because of the social. I didn't like it because of the high school social aspect of it. I didn't like it. I didn't like it at all. But I know that that one's a classic. So, funny enough, I also watched The Exorcist, and it wasn't half bad. I can't remember if I watched The Exorcist or one of the Rosemary ones, but it was also not bad. I wouldn't watch it again, to be honest. You couldn't make me watch it again. I'm really weird. I think if the story is super strong, I enjoy it to the point that I'm enjoying a really good story arc. But when you put clowns or things that move in weird ways or too much gore, I'm pretty much piecing out. So anything that moves in a weird way or makes horrible icky sounds, or it's too gory. And then you got a storyline that doesn't really make sense, and I'm pretty much piecing out, peeps. So, yeah, I don't know if I've seen The Exorcist. I don't think so. I think I watched one of the Rosemary ones. So. Wallace and Gromit? The Curse of the Were-Rabbit? I have not seen that. Sounds adorable though. I have seen, what is that werewolf movie called? American Werewolf in Paris or something like that. I have seen that movie. I do enjoy, although I don't consider them horror, but I do enjoy like the supernatural. Like I like movies about werewolves, even when they're corny. I like traditional vampire movies. I like my vampires with sharp teeth and non-sparkly. I really enjoy like any kind of like Frankenstein movies because I really love the book. The book is really good. So if you haven't read Frankenstein, the book, you should read it. It's very creepy. It's very good. Same thing with Dracula. The original Dracula is also really, really good. It's very good books. It's Wallace and Gromit. They claymation movies like Chicken Run. Oh, cool. I have not, to be honest, I have not seen anything featuring Wallace and Gromit. I do recognize the names when you say clay animation. I think I can bring up their faces. And of course, sci-fi horror is easy to digest too. Because it's one or two things. I either really like it or I get the giggles. Because sci-fi just doesn't affect my imagination like other media does. Like I rarely have nightmares about watching sci-fi, thankfully. You want to watch a really good horror movie in sci-fi. What was that computer called? There's one about them being in a spacecraft with a really creepy computer. It's a very good movie. I don't remember what it is. It's very creepy though. It's a very creepy, intelligent AI movie. That's because you grew up as a Trekkie. I grew up with Star Wars and Star Trek, and I did watch my fair share of sci-fi. I watched a lot of it, so yes. Sci-fi for the win! Yes, I probably consumed too much sci-fi as a kid. But I guess that would be the same as if you grew up with like horror movies. Like if that was like your thing in your house, like you would not be affected at all. Like I don't remember, I think I was at the grocery store the other day and I was walking, you know how you get like in aisles and you get stuck behind people? And so you basically follow people everywhere because they're getting the exact same items you are. Not that you mean to follow them around like a lost puppy. But I overheard some guys talking about that they went out to see the newest It movie and how they were like super duper disappointed and they thought it was super lame because of some reason or the other. I've never seen the movies, so I could not relate at all. But it was just interesting to me because to them it was not scary to them at all. And from what I've overheard about the latest movie, I would be so nope. I could not do it. Knowing myself. So it's however raised, you know what I mean? Like, so whatever you're used to watching as like a kid or as a teenager. So, because I know plenty of people who don't like Star Trek or Star Wars for that matter. They just not their thing. If I'm talking about like zombie movies, only because my brain is on the subject, I think the only zombie movies I really like are Resident Evil zombie movies. I realize that Resident Evil, the movies, have nothing to do with the video game, which disappoints so many fans. But they're really good zombie movies, in my opinion. I like them. So, when you take them away from the lore of the video games, which there has been a lot of Resident Evil video games, it's really fascinating. So, and I've watched like 28 Days Later. That one's a little intense for me. It's almost too much zombie for me. I'm trying to think if I've seen any other zombie movies besides like Zombieland, but I like Zombieland because of the humor. I know for me, every time it's October, I have a list of movies I always love watching because it's October and it's so wonderful and I'm so excited that it's October. So, I don't know if you guys have a list, but my list always usually includes Nightmare Before Christmas, although I don't watch that until Halloween because it's technically like a Halloween Christmas like overlap. But I really love Ghostbusters, so I try to watch Ghostbusters every year. Ghostbusters is awesome. And I watch Frankenweenie. And I like Corpse's Bride. That one's really good. I watch a lot of like kid horror because I really love, because they're not really horror, they're just spoopy. I really like Hocus Pocus too as well. I'm really interested, I don't know if it's out yet, but I might, if it's out, I might rent Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark because I loved the books as a kid. They're very, I'm really surprised that they are children's books because I think that they're meant for youth. They're not even meant for young teen, although I'm sure now they're young teen, but when I was a kid they were meant for kids, but they were really scary stories. So I might see if I can watch that because I have not seen it. So, because I heard they were really good. Because that was one of the books that I would always check out for October. I would check it out almost every year. Because I read a lot of books when I was a kid. I remember Nickelodeon's Are You Afraid of the Dark? It always began with, this material is not suited for younger audiences. That's why it's rated pause Y7. I remember I rarely got to watch Nickelodeon as a kid. The clearest memories I have of that show was every time that we would go and see my mom's parents. We would get to the evening where we had dinner, and after dinner, like, the grown-ups would get together and they would just hang out and chit-chat. And my grandma would always get us some kind of treat from the freezer because she was a chocoholic. She loved chocolates, and one of her favorites were Snickers, like the bite-sized one. She'd always stick them in the freezer. And what she would do is she would let my brother and I go into her bedroom, and she had like this itty bitty tiny like TV, like a TV you would put into a kitchen or a bedroom. It was really, really small, but they always had Nickelodeon. And so because it was later at night, that was the only time I ever saw late night Nickelodeon anything. And the reason why she would let us watch that was because like it was usually followed by like Bewitched and like older stuff that was fun. So I do remember watching a few episodes of that, because I know for a lot of people, like, the mummy creeps them out, or he looked like a mummy, some kind of like dehydrated dude. It was very dehydrated puppet. It never scared me. I really liked the stories. I thought that the show was kind of corny, but it was fun to watch. It was a fun memory that I have of being able to watch Nickelodeon at night, because like I said, like, I never really watched a whole lot of television as a kid, so yeah, it was fun. I was so proud when I finished the puzzle in 6 months, when on the side it said 3 to 4 years. Aww. Yeah, that was a good dad joke. I also really loved Goosebumps as a kid, if anyone ever read the Goosebump books. I loved the Choose Your Own Adventure stories. They were my favorite. I think I still have some with me. I don't know. I hold on to these books. I should really donate them. But my favorite was, there was a werewolf one, and I think the pages are literally falling out of that book because I loved that Choose Your Own Adventure. It was a really good one. I haven't read it in forever. But I really liked Goosebumps. Changing the music. There we go. Let's see, what time is that? It's 3. Okay. Thank you, Breezy. Yeah, I'm trying to make a zombie plant. So I still have his roots to do, but I'm trying to make him look like all the wilted plants I have. This year in particular, I've been a horrible plant killer. I'm usually okay. I'm usually a good plant mom, but this year I've been gone too much, so all my plants are just like, so I'm trying to like create that feeling of like it's dead, but it's alive. So it's like wilty and got wrinkly skin, and if you touched it, it would feel gross because it's not healthy. So this is me attempting to make a plant into a zombie. Although I don't think technically plants can become zombies. Because would it want brains? Like, isn't that the joke with zombies? It's like, what do they want? Brains. When do they want it? Brains. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what a zombie plant would eat. Would it eat other plants? Would it just eat all material in general? Would it be an omnivore? Probably would be an omnivore. That would make it odd, right? Although if I saw this version of like a piranha plant in a Mario game, I would be like, I don't want to go anywhere near it. It is not cute. It is gross. Bugs can become zombies. Yes, yes, Ginger, they can. There are certain parasites that basically they lay their eggs into insects and spiders, so arachnids as well. And basically they control the insect or the arachnid's brain, and they make them continue to eat and produce content while the parasites eat them slowly from the inside, and they numb them all up from the inside. So by the time that the insect dies, the parasite is ready to hatch. So there are certain types, like I think there's a certain type of wasp that their larvae form does that, where they'll eat a bug of some sort from the inside out and control that insect. There's another one that does it to ants too. They'll make ants do crazy things and basically eat them alive. The animal kingdom is rough, man. It's a tough world out there. A dad joke. I'll tell you what often gets overlooked. Garden fences. It's very true. It's very true. just caught a Nikita. Nice catch. Try not to think it yet, but part of me really misses drawing Pokemon. But it's still too early in the month to get that way yet. I can get excited and everything once we hit the end of the month. So I still got a couple weeks to go. Lumos called a Beldum. Such a cute Pokemon. You could draw a spooky Pokemon. They're giving some of the starter Pokemon costumes in Pokemon. I know, I did notice that. It's very cute. Yeah, well, for Inktober, I have prompts, and since I'm going behind on Inktober, I'll keep doing Inktober. It gives me an excuse to know that I have time, and I can sit down and do Inktober, and I will be a good kid, and I will catch up. It happens every year, though. I think all artists get to that point where, like, we love Inktober and we love making lists and having prompts, and it's very exciting, but the burnout is real, and it's with any challenge, as long as you catch up, it's perfectly fine to take breaks. Like, it happens. It happens. Gotta take care of yourself. And I've done Inktober for so many years now that I'm like, I know when I just need to take a small break, because once I do, I'm like, oh, it feels good to kind of let the creative juices just rest, and then I picked it back up again. So I'm impressed. I've only gotten a day or two behind. You're doing great, Ginger. I've been following you on Instagram. It's been lovely. It's so nice to see you, like, just really enjoying it. And you're very creative, too. Like, no, I think that how you interpret the prompts for Inktober from Instagram are so refreshing. They're so new, and they're not like anything else I'm seeing on Instagram. It's really nice. It's hard to remember to draw each day. But each day that you do it, you do get better. You do get better. I'm not as good as you are. I don't think I'm that good, Ginger. But you know what? I never give up. And I have aspirations, and there are artists that I admire, and I'm hoping someday I will be good as them. Because, like, when I look at my stuff and I look at another artist, I'm like, oh. Like, one day I would love to be able to draw people like HelloNorth, because she just has so much character and life in her drawings, and I'm just like, oh, I can draw people, I'm just not, I don't have the life. I want that hint of life, but I'll get there. I just gotta keep practicing. So, and I can't draw people to save my life. I can teach you how to draw people. People are complex. We are difficult to draw. Anyone who can draw humans and do it well are very talented, and you bet your bottom butt dollar that they have worked their little heinies off for it. It takes a lot of practice and a lot of dedication to get good with humans, because we complicate it. We have lots of moving parts. Moo meows! Moo meows! I love moo meows. The only reason why I say, like, it's not because I'm getting down on myself, but there are there is goals that I have for my art, and I feel like it's healthy to be like, I'm working towards that constantly. Like, I'm never satisfied, because I feel like the moment that I think, oh God, my stuff is the best, I feel like I lose something. I lose that ability to keep learning and keep trying new things. And to me, that's why I do art, because I love it and I constantly want to get better and I constantly want to keep practicing and I constantly want to push myself in directions that I'm totally uncomfortable with. That's why I never hide ugly art from you guys, and I'm always very open when I'm struggling with something, because I feel like that honesty is where I want to be with you all, because I never want you to think that I'm perfect, because I'm not. I'm very far from perfect, and I'm okay with that, because one day I'll be a Bob Ross. One day I will be able to create beautiful characters out of my brain and draw beautiful monsters just doodling in my sketchbook. I'm not there yet, but I gotta practice. I'm gonna get there. It's gonna take some time though. Moo meows! Oh, and we just got a meow from Lumos. Thank you for the meow. Like anything else in life, if you really want to get good at it, you gotta practice, 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 and then some more practice. And that's what Inktober is so good about. Inktober really makes you focus, and for me, it's been... I wouldn't have my crazy line work if I didn't do Inktober, because I struggle with cross-hatching and just basic, like, hatching. My brain's just like, I don't know what to do with this. But then my brain's like, but I can do this. And I'm like, okay. And it's fun ever since. So I think finding the fun in it and enjoying the process of learning is also really important. So I like making zombie plants. I like struggling with landscapes. And struggling with angles of houses because I'm learning something. It's hard for a reason, and I'm loving it because I know that the more I do it, I will get better. I will get better with it. So it makes you such a joy to watch, and the art makes people happy. Well, thank you, Lumos. I hope so. I hope so. I like making people happy through art. I feel like there's so much darkness in the world, and that's not what I want to leave in the world. If I can only touch a few people in my lifetime and make them happy through my art, I'll feel like I did something right. Like I did what I was supposed to be doing. Because I know it's silly, but I actually honestly really do feel like this is what I'm here to do. It makes me happy. So if I can make a few people happy doing what I love to do and what I feel like I'm supposed to be doing, yeah, I'll be doing something right, I think. Little itty bitty dots. Taco Bat cats. I know, I still haven't finished the Taco Bat cats. I will get them done. Aw, thank you, Master Sister. I appreciate it. I feel like I need more freckles. We're gonna do more freckles. I know I'm making my whole table shake because I'm like, freckles. Some serious freckles going on here. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'd ever have the patience to do a stipple drawing. It's a lot of dots, man. It's a lot of dots. Let's see, there we go. Thank you guys, you're so sweet. You make my heart happy. Sylvester also thinks you're amazing. Aw, Sylvester. Such a good kitty. Such a pretty kitty. Hopefully, he's liking his new buddy. Yeah, Sylvester and Romeo. Cute little Percy is adorable. They're good kitties. Yeah, I know my cats are really addicted to my schedule. They get really mopey if we don't have enough studio time, especially Seven, because he had an overactive thyroid a couple years ago, so we got it radioactive zapped. So he doesn't have a thyroid, and in case you didn't know, if you don't have a thyroid, you, especially in cats, you have a hard time regulating your body heat. And we're finally getting to that point in our weather out here in little Midwestern Indiana, where we're doing the whole, we're colds pretty much all the time, except right in the middle of the day, you're sweating, so you don't know what kind of clothes to wear. It's like, do I go to winter clothes? Do I still stay in layers? I don't know. I don't know what the weather's gonna do. But Seven really loves it this time of year because his kitty bed is right next to my space heater, because my studio is in a basement and our basement has no AC or heating. None of it. Somewhere, if we tore the ceiling apart, we could find an access point. But whoever finished our basement decided not to have AC or heating down here. So I guess they liked it cold. So I always have a little space heater in my studio because I can't afford any of my art supplies to get colds because it'll damage and ruin them. So Seven really loves it because his kitty bed is like right next to the heater, so he can just like zone out in front of the heater. It's almost as good as the fireplace, but he loves it. He always asks for it. He's like, is it on? Is my little space heater on? Am I gonna be toasty and warm? He's so cute. That's why he's my boss kitty, because he always knows what time it is. He knows when I'm supposed to be in the studio. Because it's his nap time. My little cow kitty. Oh, Sylvester Meow, and when he heard your voice, that is so cute. That is so cute. Yeah, Lumos was so sweet. I know it's still on Discord. If you go to the pet album, Maxie is an adorable, cute sweetheart of a kitty cat. And apparently he fights Lumos over the chair, who gets to sit in the chair to watch the streams as well. So I'm glad I'm entertaining to kitty cats. Because I am a cat mom and I really do love kitty cats. I love my puppy dogs out there too, because I do have a puppy dog that Petepotamoose as I call him. He's such a sweetheart, such a good boy. This past weekend, I got to meet another bull terrier, and her name is Sophie. She's super duper cute. She was so nice to meet. Bull terriers are adorable. What a cute, cute puppy dog. She has a really sweet mom too, so that was fun. It's fun to meet her. So I really love finding the perfect spots on puppy dogs. Because unlike cats who are like, they have sweet spots, but they may or may not give you like the whole like, oh, that feels really good. But dogs, if you find that right spot, like their whole body just melts. They're like, oh yeah, that's the spot. You can scratch right there. That's perfect. And Seven's really sweet. He's a sweet kitty cat. He always, right after I eat lunch, he's like, you're not going anywhere for 15 minutes. I'm gonna sit in your lap and we're just gonna have love time. Because he's like, I need the comfort. I just need to know someone's there. And he wants sitting in the lap. He wants like the physical interaction between me and him. He's like, I want to be close. And it's so stinking cute. Okay. I believe that my plant zombie, my thorn zombie, is done. So I got another Inktober done. I'm only a day behind now instead of 2 days behind. So, but I will be streaming tomorrow because I did miss Monday. So I'll stream tomorrow. Hopefully get a little bit closer to catching up, or if not, I'll just be continuously a day behind. That's okay. But yeah, thank you guys so much for joining me for my Thorn zombie. Like I said, didn't want to draw a zombie, so I drew a plant. Hopefully it feels dead, a little rotten. It's not in dirt, its little roots are all curled up, but it wants to eat everything. I've decided it's an omnivore. So thanks guys for joining me this week. I hope that you're having a lovely rest of your Taco Tuesday. Thank you for the support, whether in chat or just lurking. You're the best. If you're new here and like what you see, be sure to hit that heart. Every single follow really helps me out. I'm still hard at work trying to work towards 50. I'm a newbie here in the Twitch sphere, so I'm really hoping soon I will be able to do subscribers, because that would be really cool. I would love to give you guys all the perks that come with being a Twitch affiliate. But we're working on it. We'll get there. We'll get there. Other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern. I hope that you guys will be excited. It'll be another Inktober, because I am a little behind. My next prompt is a fuzzy dragon. A furry dragon. Not fuzzy. A furry dragon. So yeah, I love dragons. Salmon! Do you wanna help promote merch? Come here, Sesta. Come here. Tell him in your moo meow perfectness. Oh. 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 So, like Shannon was saying, he's like, you can find my merch on my website or at redbubble.com. So if you want to have some of my artwork on a t-shirt or a mug, you can do that. And at the end of Inktober, we'll decide which images you would like to have on Redbubble. So be sure to be thinking about that. Seven says he loves you guys. My little moo cow. Let me switch us over really quick before I lose him. Hold on. So you guys get lots of kitties. Oh, who's a good boy? Sasavi. Yes, you are. Thank you, Seven. I love you. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for joining me on my stream. You guys are awesome. You rock. I hope you have a great night. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And let me let Seven down so I can switch this on over. There we go. Yep. And have a good night, everybody. Let me find that end card really quick. And bloop, bloop. Alright, guys. I'll see you very, very soon. Thank you for letting me get distracted. I got Kitty distracted, so you guys are wonderful. And thank you for all the hearts, all the love, and moo meow, everyone.